I just want somebody to talk to. Someone that's on my mind. I want something.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Piggybank podcast where we give you our 3 cents and happy Valentine's Day or week.
Yeah, so today for a cute little Valentine's Day special, we're going to be talking about dating, how some of us have never been in a relationship, how Hailey's in her first relationship right now, the talking stage, situationships, and how all of that is kind of dreaded. And we're going to give you all a dish.
Okay, me and Kayla have not been in relationships yet. Let's start that off just like that. Do you ever think about it like often? About like, not like often, but does it like kind of bug you? Kind of bugs me. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I like don't really sit and think about it, but I think because like I'm not trying to sound like but because I've like went through a lot of talking stages with people and been at that state where like we should have gone and dated, but I kind of like always back out last minute. So I kind of like just feel like I haven't met that right person that makes me feel comfortable enough to date them, if that makes sense.
So would you say that you're the drama in your situationships, like in terms of they could go somewhere, but you're like, let me cut that off right off the bat?
I'm definitely the drama, 100%, all the time. No, because I literally get the ick so fast, and I'd be like, if it wasn't for me having such high standards and be like, I'm really not feeling this person, I could have been in a good 10 relationships. But it's me personally. I'm the ick, I'm the issue.
And we've definitely talked about the ick before in the podcast, and that's something that we've all realized that it's something we deal with, something we have. Personally, I think that one of the reasons why I just didn't get into relationships was because, one, I wasn't giving. I am so socially awkward. Like, I don't like to go on dates with people. So we talked about my first date on here before, and that was like way out of my comfort zone, but I did it. And once you get one out the way, you can keep doing more. Like it gets easier to do. But I'll say talking stages definitely pushed me to not want to talk to more people, because
Exactly.
after multiple failed talking stages, you kind of just, you're over it. You're like, maybe I should be in a season of singleness. And I was in my season of singleness for a while.
I see a lot of people on social media that's always like, how many more, what's your favorite colors do we have to go through? I'm like,
literally.
See, it's just not fun.
Can I tell you something that I actually told this to our friend Neves yesterday? I feel like it's already hard for me to kind of like, this sounds so basic, but like break my walls down with people. And finally, when I get to this stage where I start to feel like comfortable, then I feel something in my gut. I'm like, I shouldn't be pouring my heart out to this person. And then I kind of just like leave it. Like, example, this guy that I was talking to that was so serious, he met my parents. I just had a feeling that he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend, so I just ghosted him on everything. And I'm sorry if he like ever sees, I'm so sorry. Like,
No way.
Oh my God, your reactions.
Wow, you ghosted him? Oh man, that poor man. He probably never did. He probably said, F women, women suck.
He never reached out to a single woman.
You're in his journal. You're in his journal.
You're in his burn book.
You're in his burn book.
You're in his death note.
Please. No, I didn't mean hard. It just scared me.
Well, I have a question for you. Why did you feel the need to halt it? Why did you feel like it couldn't go anywhere else? Why did you want it to stop there? What was the problem?
I don't know. Like, this is why I need a therapist, because like,
you have commitment issues?
No, yeah, obviously. I mean, like, obviously it's all the talk of this.
Yeah, we all have commitment issues.
Yeah. This stuff with the childhood, like never seeing like love around me when I was young, and like I just like, but like my favorite thing is romance. Like I'm a Pisces. I love rom-coms. I love all of it. So I just like don't understand, and I just still fully convinced it's because I haven't met my person yet. Like I just like, I fully believe that. But
okay, so going off of that, Jailah and Kayla, do you guys think meeting your person, do you think there's one person out there for you? Like, do you guys both believe that?
Sure.
One person?
Yes, I believe so heavily in soulmates. But then I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, there is a possibility that everybody could have multiple soulmates, because a lot of people are alike, and there's just like this most popular thing on TikTok about people saying, I've never had an original experience. A lot of people are the same. Like, a lot of people are the same. So it's really likely as well. And then the talk of doppelgangers and people looking alike, I don't know, y'all. That's crazy.
Going off of that, what do you think would make someone your soulmate? How do you know it's your soulmate? What are you looking for in a soulmate?
I don't even know about like that. If I could just like talk about my dream person though, it would. I'm not even basing off looks, because if we compare every single person I talk to, nobody's in the same remotely in any way. I don't know. I feel like there's just someone that I love how people always say like, oh, you're supposed to marry your best friend. And I think that because I'll hear some people like be like, oh my God, I can never get married because imagine spending forever with one person. And I'm like, if that person's your best friend, spending forever with them should be fun. Like, and I'm
Especially with
just
like attachment. I wouldn't say attachment issues, but like people that get attached to people so easily, and then you also on top of that always having a good time with them. I see no issue with spending your forever with somebody, especially if that's your
well,
bestie.
like Hailey, what do you think? Because you did go through a very long dating before boyfriend girlfriend with Ben. So like
Ooh,
like
name
what made
dropping.
Right? You're like,
you can
Well,
bleep that?
okay. So I
Like,
guess
how'd you
piggy bank.
know?
Surprise piggy bank. I have a boyfriend. His name's Ben. And we had a very interesting situation because typically I dip out of the talking stage really quickly. I get bored of it. I'm always like, I'm the person that's like, why would I want to talk to someone or date someone for this long? I'm gonna get bored of them. I've always been that way. I've always thought about that way. That's why I never dated, and that's why I didn't plan it. Jailah, I think there's like a sound.
Yeah, you
On
she's
your
got like a
end.
heater on or something.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
Okay, yeah.
But back to what I was saying, I think there's like a lot of halt that I've always put on myself. I've always stopped myself from getting into relationships. I've always prevented myself from even talking to people in the first place. But with this, we talked for so long, and I was like, whoa, this is nice. This is different for me. I never talked to anyone this long. This must mean something. And then we had our ups and downs. We had our breaks. We had where we had to put a pause on it. But it got to a point where I was like, okay, we've been talking for a long time. I'm not tired of you. I don't want to get you out of my life. I actually love you being in my life. So what now? And obviously that's like the next step is your relationship. And the scariest thing about me, I would say, for going into my first relationship was that the person that I'm going into my first relationship with could potentially be the last person I'm going into my relationship with. Like, and I think that's really scary is because you want all these like experiences so you know when they're the right person and you can compare. But like I think I kind of got lucky because
Right.
a lot of I've talked to people, so I like to try to include that and say, okay, I haven't only been with one person in my life, I can compare.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that's like, whoa, I know, because like also our meeting story, the way that we met, it's like, I'm really like everything happens for a reason person. Obviously he's in my life for a reason. So happiest that I've ever been. But yeah, what was the question?
I don't remember, but
I think
like
it was like
something about that. Yeah.
how do I know like that's someone that I want to be with forever?
Yeah, because you just like no, just like yeah, you answered it. You just you didn't like feel
Oh
like you
yeah,
got sick of
that's
him.
literally
And
one of my best friends. Like I can hang out
yeah,
with him every single day. You think he could say the same for me? Like obviously we have super busy
he's
schedules and
like,
we
what?
can't.
I could never do.
No, yeah, but like I actually like I don't get tired of him. If I get tired of him, it's because I don't get to see him. So we'll be on FaceTime and I'm like tired because I'm like, I wish I could just see you in person, But
Right.
I don't get tired of being around him ever.
And
Yeah.
like the thing you said in that little spiel about like, even though this is your first quote unquote like relationship, there's still been people you talk to, and I still think that as well. Because there was this guy, let's call him, I don't know, John, whatever. Um he was like the first boy that I genuinely was like, oh my God, we could totally date. Um and it was just like felt so natural, and we were already friends, which I think sometimes either can work or not work, because a good friend's to lovers trope, we all love that, but I don't know, it depends on the friend. And I don't know, he ended up really like I don't know if I would say he broke my heart, but he really hurt my heart. And every single talking stage I've had after that, they've all hurt my heart. So like
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again. Like
And
it
that's
hurts.
where I feel like the thing is the talking stage has become our generation's version of dating. So
Yeah.
dating back in the day used to be what we think of as what's after the talking stage, which is when they're your boyfriend and girlfriend, which I always tell everyone that's not true. It's supposed to be you date someone and then you become their girlfriend or boyfriend. now we do this thing of talking where you extend the dating process longer than it should be. And you get to know this person, you hang out with this person, you get attached to this person in the way that you're attached to someone that you're girlfriend or boyfriend with. Whereas dating is very, very, it's both sides know it's casual. Both sides know that you could be talking to other people. You could be testing the waters. It's very that. And now we've just revamped the way that we date, and you get attached so early on that when you should be committed to that person, that commitment's not there because you don't have that commitment to that person. But the knowledge, like the commitment is there in your head, you know?
Yeah. And I
Jailah,
do have to say,
you still giving
girl,
loud.
what is that?
Sorry. I'm sorry, Jailah.
She's about to have to like text in the comments what she's thinking. Because I just had a question for her too. I was gonna say, because Jailah was like over my house the other day, and I brought this up with her. I was like, okay, there's sometimes a person I'll look like, and you can say, oh, that's a boyfriend, that's a girlfriend. But then you look at somebody else, and you're like, that's a husband, that's a wife. And I don't know if y'all know what I mean by that, but I'm like, this scrawny little malnourished little boy is not a husband. And like,
yes,
do you get what I'm saying?
Tell me a skater boy could be somebody's husband. I would not believe you. I would not believe you. I need to see it, because them skater boys are not getting married. It's just not going to happen. Everyone has that type. Everyone has that lanky boy type. Them
everybody
husbands.
like loves a good like Timothy Chalamet lookalike.
Do you think that we believe this because what is seen as a husband now are these big macho guys who are like, I know, like bears, you know? Like, what if that is our generation's husbands? What if that's what's next to come, you know? Like, you never know.
Not I.
But going off of that, do you date to marry?
I know we've talked about this before. I literally, like, on our first episode, I was preaching to the choir, like, in your 20s, you don't date to marry, blah, blah, blah. And I still stand by that, because I'm still, like, you talk to a bunch of people or whatever, but once you think you found that person, like, let's just use Hailey for example, like with Ben, if she like feels in her gut that like she loves this man, then obviously why would you want to date anyone else? Like, if you still see that one person, you're like, I find myself only thinking about them, I don't find myself thinking about anybody else, then why would you even want to like talk to multiple people? It just feels like a chore.
Well, honestly, if you feel the need, because one thing that I've realized since getting into a relationship, and I'm like, whoa, and even Ben has told me he feels this way too. We see other people who are like obviously attractive, and we're like, oh yeah, they're attractive. I still got Ben though. Like, I don't actually feel attraction towards people anymore. I just notice attraction. It's like very visual and not physical at all. Like, I just see someone that's attractive, and that's okay. Like, I obviously can think someone looks good, but I do not want to get with those people at all. And that's like really telling, I would say.
So let's just say in like a relationship, right? And so like you're like down the street or at work in a cafe or whatever, just going about your life, and you're just in your mind, and you see like the most attractive person that you've ever seen, the most beautiful person you've ever seen. That's like okay in a relationship, right? Because you don't act on it, right? Because people are attractive, you know?
No, yeah. I agree with that, but I don't know. I also,
Jailah's loud again. Sorry, Piggybank. I know this. We're gonna have our technical difficulties with Zoom and the way that we do it now. So bear with us. We're still here to give you all.
We gotta address it. We gotta address it. Like, it's happening. But because I know Hailey, you talked about your first date. And I really haven't, so I feel like that'd be like a little story time.
Wait, when was your
I'm
first
not counting.
date?
I had mine, I think it's sophomore year of high school. Not counting this like little 8th grade.
At least you didn't have yours freaking 18 years old. No need to rush. By the way,
you know what it was.
If you guys haven't had your first date, don't rush it. No need.
Yeah, see, if Jailah could talk right now, she could tell you all about it. But yeah, the little shoddy John I was talking about earlier, he was my first date.
Piggybanks, we're going to try it one more time with Jailah, because I think she does have a lot to say on these topics. So Jailah, I don't know if you played around with things, but if you want to try one more time. hearing this out.
Just let me know how it sounds.
It's a little better. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and say.
Take it away. Take the floor.
I don't know what we're talking about. I kind of zoned out.
Okay, well, we're talking.
I've never been on a date, yeah.
Yeah, it's, well,
yeah, don't rush it.
do you ever feel like pressure? Like pressure, especially like,
I think I
with-
do have like the FOMO, the fear of missing out or whatever, that I feel like a lot of people my age, like 18 and older, that's never even held hands with somebody romantically, looked at somebody romantically, or had that like onto them, could like feel that fear of missing out and whatnot. And it's really not bad because, as you said, like don't rush it. It's really not that important. Everybody has to go at their own pace. And me too. In high school, I wasn't the baddest in the game. I was cute, but not the baddest in the game, you know?
Yeah, and even going off that, I experienced that too. I had my first kiss at 17. I held hands with someone for the first time at like 17. I went on my first date at 18. Like, I never really had those experiences that people got throughout middle school and high school and experimenting with things. And so when I finally had those chances, I was like, am I too late in the game? Like, obviously the person that I'm dating now has been with other people. He's had his chance to date around. He's had his chance to feel people out. And that's what's kind of scary. Is like, well, they know this is what they want, but how do I know this is what I want? And like, how do I figure that out for myself? And so I think those little moments where we did have our breaks were actually really good for our relationship, because it showed me what it was like to be on my own, knowing him, and like, yeah, I feel like I still had that kind of experience of knowing what it's like to be with other people. And I think that's really important.
And I was just gonna back to the story that I was telling that I literally didn't finish, but that dude John that I went on the first date with, first of all, don't think like it was some hot boy at my school. It was literally this kid in theater with me. It was like a double date, and we went putt-putting and stuff, and like, this is how I knew, y'all. Like, he tried to reach for my hand, and I wasn't feeling it. I was like, don't touch me. And I'm like, wait,
you said that?
Don't touch me.
I don't think I said
not to touch you.
I don't think I said it like that, but I was like, let's not hold hands. Like,
that's
I'm not feeling the connection here. Just
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and also that's why it's like you gotta explore, y'all, if you know what I mean.
On top of that, like, not that whole FOMO, it also really affects relationship confidence and dating confidence, because you always feel like you don't know what you're doing, especially even in the talking stages. Because I literally let me not say that. There's too much information. That's TMI. It's kind of embarrassing. But like, if I'm talking to a guy and I'm just chit chatting it up, I just feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm talking too much, or just like, is this what really people talk about in a talking stage? Who knows? I don't.
I think that my boyfriend is so understanding with those things. He knows that I came into this thing with zero experience. Like, he knows that. And that's when you're going to go and date someone who has all this experience, you need to make sure it's someone who is okay with guiding you along the way, and is okay with you being awkward, and is okay with you having hyperhidrosis and sweaty palms at first because you're nervous around them. Like, you just need to make sure it's someone that's okay with you and okay with, because obviously if you're not comfortable in your relationship, then babes, you shouldn't be in that relationship.
I have a question. How and when do you know that? Like, is there just like an intuitive feeling?
How and when do you know that you're comfortable with someone?
Like, off the bat, because with you and Ben, like,
off the bat, I was in his car relaxing like I knew that man. Dude, let me tell you,
is this like intuitive feeling?
I've had I'm gonna compare my first experience with Ben to my first kiss guy, because that was the first time I ever got picked up by a guy in a car. I was in that car like this, and we were both the same age. We were 17. I'm in there like this. Actually, he was 18, but I was in there just like nervous as hell, sweating, and that was okay. I was allowed to be, but not a single moment in that entire like hangout date thing was I like, oh yeah, this my man, my man. I was just like, whoa, I'm with a man, but it was not my man.
I'm with a
man.
The second I pulled up into Ben's car, I was like, hey. And I felt like I knew him forever. Like, I felt like we literally hung out from 2 to like 2 a.m. Like we were together for such a long time on our first date. And time just flies when I'm with him. Like I just have so much fun. Even when we're not doing anything, like we don't always have to actively be doing something. We can literally just be sitting down in silence for hours. And I'm like, that was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah. And it's just, I'm just sick. I'm sick and tired. But once again, like with you and Ben, it was also because you're comfortable right off the bat. Like, did you feel like you could talk about those hard things, or did it take a minute to like build up?
Oh, no. Okay, there were definitely instances where I was like, okay, I feel like if I tell him this, he's going to judge me. And then I told him, and he was like, I would never judge you. And you're going to be scared about it. You can't just off the bat be like, oh, yeah, I know this person. I'm comfortable with this person. I'm going to tell them everything. But going into it, I have a lot of conversations with him. When I'm not comfortable with something, I have a conversation about it. When I feel like I need help with something, I have a conversation about it. He's really understanding. And I think that's what's really important in a relationship, is having someone that's understanding. I'm understanding towards his concerns and his issues, because as you guys both know, right off the bat, he didn't want to get in a relationship because of his past ones. I don't want to air too much of his business out here, but it was definitely like hard for me, because I was like, am I the problem? Like, am I the reason why you don't want to be in a relationship with me? No, like I really thought that he didn't want to be in a relationship with me because of me, but I had nothing to do with it. And we both moved past that. But it's really about being understanding about your partner. You have to be understanding, and you have to make sure that you are being heard and that they're being heard too, especially when you have concerns about things, and especially when you have doubts or anything like that. You really need to be communicative, because that's like the number one thing. I think most relationships fail because there's no communication. And everybody knows that cliche. Everybody knows that. But at the same time, people are still not communicating. People are still hiding behind people's backs. People are still telling lies, and there's no need to lie. There really isn't a need to lie. So yeah. Well, I know we got to wrap it up soon, but I want to talk about something that I feel like you guys probably won't have much experience with it, but you'll be able to say what you think about it. How early is too early to know you love someone and to tell someone that you love them?
Okay, well, I think it really just depends on the person. I do feel like I've had love for the people I've talked to in the past. I feel like I've had love for them, but I was not in love with them. And
talk about that. What's the difference between being in love and having love?
I think being in love is just like you can like be in their presence and you are just like completely yourself. You're comfortable. Like you just know that they're going to be there for you. They would jump in front of a bullet for you. I think that like in love is just so much deeper. It's literally like souls connecting, like, but I think like just loving a person is different. Like I love you guys so much. And don't get me wrong, I would jump in front of a bullet for y'all. Like I swear. I swear.
Okay.
But just like in love. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
I do get what you're saying. I think I've definitely experienced loving people, and I have the hardest time with the word love. It took me so long to even just tell my family I love them, and I do love them. It's just hard for me to put that into words for my family. When I first told Ben I love him, he told me first actually, but I knew I wanted to say it because I was like, this is a feeling I've never felt before. Like you can feel when it's like you can know somebody, and if let's say it's like an acquaintance or something, and if you lose that person, whether they stop being your friend or whether they pass away, you'd feel hurt in your heart, but you won't feel like your heart is shattered and broken and you can't go on without your life. You feel like you learn from that experience, and you want to make sure you put love towards other people because of how you didn't put enough towards them, because you love that person. When you're in love with someone, that person becomes damn near a part of you. And when they're gone, you feel like a part of you is gone. And that's what I feel like the difference is that when you love someone, you have love for them. When you're in love with someone, you have love with them.
Ooh, girl. Jailah, what you gotta say about that real quick?
Poetic.
Oh God. Girl. Cut the mics.
I just want to say something real quick. If my future partner is listening to this right now, I like flowers.
I like K-pop.
I think Jailah likes new mics. So
I think Jailah likes new technology. I think
if you're Jailah's future partner, give her some money to buy a new mic.
Give her some money. Give her some money.
Yo, Jailah don't need a man. She need a bag.
Also, let me tell you real quick before we go. I think also love has to do with actions. You can't say you love me and don't show me. Just gotta say that.
Okay, but that's love languages. We talked about that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you gotta show you love somebody.
Dude, when I give people gifts, like I know I've talked about this before, but
I want my significant other to be like inside my skin. Like I'm like that one video where it's like, I'm not close enough. I want you inside of me.
Dude, me too. And you know what's crazy? I hate people touching me. I hate when people touch me so
except
bad.
when you're drunk. Girl.
Anyways, I hate people touching me so bad. But when I'm with Ben is the only person that I'm like, come back here. Come back here. Give me a hug. Like, I literally hate people touching me, like, so bad. But I quite literally just want to show myself.
I gave a hug to a random stranger today on the street, and it was great. We both needed, not like just like it was like someone coming out. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I just hope everyone has a great Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is just about loving people. It doesn't have to be a significant other. Just have fun. Get your discounted chocolates the next day. Hello.
Literally get a drink with your girls. Like, Valentine's Day does exist. Go out with your girls. I literally
spend time by yourself.
But I'm missing it. Yeah,
it's self-care day. Love yourself. Like,
and I think it's so important to put that out there that it's okay to not be with someone on Valentine's Day. And I'm not saying that as someone that's in a relationship that's like, it's okay. Like, I've been that girl for literally 18 years. Yeah, this is my first Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
this is my first Valentine's Day with someone else. So I'm gonna go enjoy it. But for those of you who aren't with someone on Valentine's Day, you know good and well you're gonna be just fine.
I love Valentine's Day, and I'm not in a relationship. Like, I love pink too, if you can.
She's the most festive one here, and she ain't got no man. So your nails are cute. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode. I know we had some technical difficulties, but you guys stuck with us. We still got some pretty good things. I know Jailah is squirming in her chair. So much to say. So check out our TikTok. She's gonna make some
Jailah
videos
give a rundown
on
TikTok. Yeah,
Jailah's gonna go make some videos on TikTok, and she gonna put her 1 cent in there.
Your one,
just like that.
Here she go again with her bad mic. Okay. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, stay in the conversation. Get on our Instagram. Check us out on YouTube if you want to see our faces. And of course, follow us on TikTok. We post every Friday, and we post TikTok literally on the daily. So check us out over there. Thank you guys so much for watching.
We love you guys. Have a great Valentine.
Next week.
Next time you see me, I'll be in Seoul.
Bye, guys.